Have you ever tried to run away from something you were meant to do? This is the story of Jonah, a prophet who learned that you can't outrun your destiny, nor can you outrun the boundless compassion of God. The call came to the prophet Jonah, a divine command clear and direct. Go to the great, wicked city of Nineveh and cry out against it. But the weight of this mission was too much for him. Instead of heading east toward the Assyrian capital, Jonah turned his back on the command and fled. He made his way to a bustling seaport, determined to escape, to put as much distance as possible between himself and his divine duty. Jonah found a ship setting sail for Tarshish at the very edge of the known world and paid his fare to get away from the presence of the Lord. But once the ship was at sea, a mighty tempest descended, sent by God himself. The vessel was tossed about by violent winds and colossal waves, threatening to break apart. The seasoned sailors were terrified, recognizing that this was no ordinary storm. In a desperate attempt to discover the cause of this divine wrath, they cast lots, a common practice to discern a higher will. The lot fell directly on Jonah. Confronted by the crew, Jonah's secret came to light. He confessed that he was a Hebrew, a worshiper of the God of heaven who made the sea and the dry land, and that he was fleeing from his divine calling. He knew there was only one way to save the ship and its crew. "Pick me up and throw me into the sea," he told them, "and it will become calm for you, for I know that this great tempest is because of me." The sailors resisted, trying to row back to land, but the storm only raged more fiercely. Finally, with heavy hearts, they did as Jonah instructed. The moment his body hit the churning water, the sea grew still. As Jonah sank into the silent depths, he was not left to perish. A great fish, appointed by God for this very purpose, swallowed him whole. For 3 days and 3 nights, Jonah was entombed in the dark, mysterious belly of the creature. It was a place of profound isolation, a living grave suspended between the heavens he had fled and the abyss below. From the depths of the sea and the belly of the fish, Jonah prayed. His prayer was not one of complaint, but of profound repentance and gratitude. He acknowledged his folly and praised God for saving him from the certain death of drowning. He recognized the absolute sovereignty of the one he had tried to escape, vowing that he would fulfill his promise. He had been brought up from the pit, and his life was not his own. After 3 days, the great fish, obeying a divine command, vomited Jonah onto dry land. Then the word of the Lord came to Jonah a second time. "Arise, go to Nineveh, that great city, and call out against it the message that I tell you." This time, there was no hesitation. Jonah obeyed. He journeyed across the land to the sprawling, massive city of Nineveh, a place teeming with life and iniquity. Jonah walked into the heart of the city and began to proclaim the stark message he was given. "Yet 40 days, and Nineveh shall be overthrown." The prophecy spread like wildfire. To Jonah's astonishment, the people of Nineveh believed. A wave of repentance swept through the city. The king descended from his throne, cast off his royal robes for sackcloth, and sat in ashes. He decreed a citywide fast for both man and beast, urging everyone to turn from their evil ways and cry out to God. Seeing their genuine repentance, God relented. He saw their actions, not just their words, and his compassion overflowed. The disaster he had threatened was averted. The great city was spared. But this act of mercy made Jonah furious. He was angry that God had shown compassion to his enemies. He went out of the city, built a shelter, and sulked, waiting to see what would become of Nineveh. God then caused a plant to grow up over Jonah, providing him with welcome shade from the harsh sun, which made Jonah very happy. But the next day, God sent a worm to attack the plant, and it withered and died. As the sun beat down on Jonah's head, he grew faint and wished for death, distraught over the loss of the simple plant. It was then that God delivered the final, profound lesson. "You have had pity on the plant for which you have not labored, nor made it grow," God said. "And should I not pity Nineveh, that great city, in which are more than 120,000 persons who cannot discern between their right hand and their left, and also much livestock?" And so the story ends, not with an answer, but with a question that hangs in the air, challenging us to comprehend the immeasurable depth of divine mercy.